HTLA Radio 1 in New York City proudly presents Crash Talk.
Presents rock superstar Crash Jesus.
That's right. Thank you very much. Good night.
And there you are, Crash Talkers. Welcome to another stellar edition of Crash Talk with yours truly, Christopher John Crash Jesus Taylor himself, right here in the studio for your auditory needs. Yes, I will fulfill and fill your auditory needs. And it's a chilly day in New York today, yes? Oh, yes, it is. 33 degrees in Central Park right now, yes, just a micro hair over freezing. Yes, but that's okay, because we're not worried about that. No, heck no. We're tough New Yorkers. Eh? There you go. Forget about it. Anyway, you are tuned to Crash Talk, yes, and we are broadcast on HTLA Radio 1 New York. You can check out all of our nifty shows, of course, by going to www.htla973.com. And you'll see our wonderfulness on every page of that joyous website. And you can hear us on the broadcast page, so check that out. You're gonna want to not miss that, or don't forget to miss that, or something like that. Anyhow, today we're talking. What is Crash Talk's episode today? Well, to put it quite simply, gang, we're extinct. Yes, that's right. Our species, as we know it, will cease to exist, well, by the looks of things that I'm going to be talking about today, probably within the next 7 to 10 years. All of us. I'm not just talking the Americans, I'm talking everybody. Yes, we're all done for. We certainly are. And one of the first things that's going to do us in is a very unlikely candidate. And no, it's not the cigarette I'm smoking right now. It's even more unlikely than that. And that is unlikely. But hey, do you know what it is? Well, I'm going to tell you. First up on the old hit parade to make us extinct is caffeine. Yeah, bet you didn't know that. That's right, coffee. Courtesy of the Washington Post, a new study has found that more people are dependent on caffeine to the point experts are using as a caffeine use disorder warning. They've actually issued this warning now, officially. Caffeine use disorder. So, along with ADD and ADHD and CMDT and all that good stuff, now we have a caffeine disorder. So, yeah, go on down to your local Social Security office and claim caffeine use disorder and get yourself some disability permanently, because caffeine use disorder is now an actual disorder. Yes. Now, this study, I won't say questionable, will I? No. This study, co-authored by American University psychology professor Laura Giuliano, shows that more people are suffering withdrawal symptoms and are unable to reduce caffeine consumption, which has caused the caffeine use disorder. Yes. It sure has. Wow. To be totally honest with you, I am surprised that I'm reading this, but we'll get into why I'm surprised in a few moments. Now, there is a misconception among professionals and lay people alike that caffeine is not difficult to give up. I guess you've never seen me without my coffee in the morning. And lay people, yes, lay people. Those are the people that probably drink more caffeine than anyone else, so they'll know. However, in population-based studies, more than 50% of regular caffeine consumers report that they have had difficulty quitting or reducing their caffeine use. Giuliano said in a press release today that through our research, we have observed that people who have been unable to quit or cut back on caffeine on their own would be interested in receiving formal treatment. I'm not kidding. Similar to the outside assistance people can turn to if they want to quit smoking, quit alcohol, or quit narcotics. Yes. So, Joey in the office is going to actually be taking, his leave to go to coffee rehab. I'm yeah, no, I'm not kidding. Well, I mean, I'm okay. I'm not kidding. Here I am sitting here laughing. I'm claiming that I'm completely, at a loss to understand that I'm actually reading this, but yeah, anyway, need more coffee and another cigarette. The results of the previously published caffeine research was summarized in the study to present the biological evidence for caffeine dependence and the significant physical and psychological symptoms experienced by regular caffeine users. Sumatra. The negative effects of caffeine are often not recognized as such because it is socially acceptable. Yes, we've got to stop that now. I don't like that guy drinking coffee. Oh, you PCers, really? Socially acceptable. Yes, right now it is, but in 3 minutes, it's not going to be because the PCers don't like it. Yes, well, it is a socially acceptable and widely consumed drug that is well integrated into our customs and routines, Giuliano said. Yes. Me like to go to coffee shop and have cup. Good custom. And while many people can consume caffeine without harm, hi, I'm Christopher John Taylor, and thanks to Derek, the barista at Cafe Fantastico in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, I sat down and consumed 52 shots of espresso all in one cup. Yes, I did. And do you know what? I didn't even have a racing heart afterwards. Nope. Did not. And that's a true story, gang. You can check with them. Cafe Fantastico, Victoria, British Columbia. I believe they even have a website. Go and ask barista Derek about that fateful day when I challenged him. Yes, I went in there and I challenged him. I said, what's the most potent, highest-powered caffeine beverage you've ever made? And he said something like, some guy came in once and wanted 10 shots of espresso. So he did that. Well, me being me, I thought, hey, I'm not going to just let it go at 12 just to beat the guy. No. No, in my crash style, what did I do? I multiplied it by 5. Yeah, I'll do 50 shots. Yeah. So, I actually had to sign a thing because he it took about a week to prepare for this little thing that I did. And I actually had to sign a waiver so that I wouldn't hold him or the coffee house responsible for anything that may happen to me downing 52 shots of espresso. The only thing that happened to me was complete joy washing over me as I downed those 52 shots and didn't have to pay for them. Badumcha! That's right. True story. You can ask my buddy Todd. He was there. So was my other buddy, Chris Griffiths. Actually, it was quite the spectacle. I'm sure if the news was alerted, I could have had them there. Anyway, Giuliano advises caffeine consumption should be limited to no more than 400 milligrams per day, or the equivalent about 2 to 3 8-ounce cups of coffee for healthy adults. See, so here we go now. Now the PCers are saying specifically, well, we'll accept you having 2 or 3 cups a day. Yeah, thanks. How about that? How about a big thanks to the PCers? Wow, I get my allotment. Do I? Is that what we're going to do now? We're going to ration people on Oh, well, no, we're going to do worse than that, aren't we? We're going to label this a controlled substance. Yes, in this particular day and age when we're legalizing pot all over the United States, well, the DEA is going to be busting and raiding my place and HTLA Radio 1 and everywhere else I am. I'm going to be like probably on their top 10 most wanted for this because, yeah. So anyway, yeah, you can have 2 to 3 cups a day. Well, thanks a lot, Giuliano. Appreciate it. All this time, manufacturers are not required to label caffeine amounts, and some products, such as energy drinks, do not have regulated limits on caffeine. Giuliano said, adding that if this changed, people could perhaps better limit their consumption and ideally avoid caffeine's negative effects. Yes, because I'm going to turn into Smeagol and hoard my coffee in a cave. Precious. Yes. Giuliano apparently co-authored Caffeine Use Disorder, a comprehensive review and research agenda. Well, it's nice that she at least used the word agenda. That's at least somewhat honest. She co-wrote it with Steve Meredith and Roland Griffiths of the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine and John Hughes from the University of Vermont. It was published in the, now get this, the Journal of Caffeine Research. Yes, not the American Medical Journals, no, the Journal of Caffeine Research, which, you know, their report's like the only part, because before now there wasn't a Journal of Caffeine Research. No, because it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, yeah, so no caffeine. You know, it's coming. And in fact, my good old mom, when posting this story in Jack's Coffee Shop on Facebook, it's a little coffee shop that me and a couple of hundred other members hang out in and have a good time with our coffee posts and enjoying each other's company. We actually posted the story there yesterday, and my mom, good old Phyllis, hi Mom, she says, these days it's not okay to have any addiction or dependence than to those little pills that the drug companies tell you cannot live without. Coming soon, TV ads for a new little pill to help you overcome your caffeine addiction, showing right after the ads for Red Bull or the newest power drink. And what about the Red Bulls and the power drinks? They're loaded with caffeine and copious amounts of sugar. And well, look at that. Part 2 of the story unfurls here on Crash Talk. The second thing that's going to make us extinct. Did you know that sugar is now on the PC hit list? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, sugar. Well, you know, I'm not even so much against sugar because, yes, sugar can be deadly. You know, if you have a high sugar diet, that's all kinds of problems. We know this. But could too much be deadly? And what is too much? Well, in Canada, I don't think it's anywhere near the epidemic that it is in the United States. For instance, and an example, for, let's see, 43 years or so, I lived and worked and breathed in Canada. And in all that time, yes, we do have soda pop. Yes, we have Coke and Pepsi and Sprite and 7-Up and all those good little things, Dr. Pepper, you name it. We've got everything we do in the United States. But never, in my 43 years before coming to the United States, ever did we sit down and have a bunch of pop at dinner. There was the odd time where, we'd have a barbecue and have some hot dogs and hamburgers, and of course, soda drinks go with that, don't they? Perfect. So yeah, sure, we'd do it sometimes, but every night? It's interesting to note that every night here in our household now, there seems to be soda for dinner. And it isn't the daddy and it isn't the mama asking for it, it's the kid. And it's always at the dinner table. And I hate it personally. I think it's got no business being there, but it is. And in having conversations with my family about it, I soon realized that it's an accepted custom here, and, well, I just sit there and have my coffee at dinner. Oh, but that's no good now. That's no good. Well, according to new studies published in the JAMA, Internal Medicine, it doesn't take extra sugar to boot the wrist. Yes, could too much sugar be deadly? Well, of course it can. We've already covered this. But lately, 4 days ago, the biggest study of its kind suggests that the answer is an overwhelming yes, at least when it comes to fatal heart problems. It doesn't take all that much extra sugar hidden in many processed foods to substantially raise the risk. The researchers found, and most Americans do eat more than the safest amount, having a cinnamon roll with your morning coffee. Oh, well, there's the coffee again. That's a double combination Taliban bomb vest, isn't it? You can't do that. What are you doing? Cinnamon roll with your coffee? How about a supersized sugary soda at lunch and a scoop of ice cream after dinner? Well, just those little things would put you in the highest risk category in that study. That means that your chance of dying prematurely from heart problems is nearly 3 times greater than for people who eat only foods with little added sugar. Isn't that scary? Or is it? Yes, well, for someone who normally eats 2,000 calories daily, even consuming 2 12-ounce cans of soda can substantially increase the risk. For most American adults, sodas and other sugary drinks are the main source of added sugar. Lead author Kwahang Yang from the U.S. Center of Disease Control and Prevention called the results sobering and said that it's the first nationally representative study to examine the issue. I beg to differ because I knew about this in the 70s, but okay. Now, scientists aren't exactly certain how sugar may contribute to deadly heart problems, but it's been shown to increase blood pressure and levels of unhealthy cholesterol and triglycerides, and also may increase signs of inflammation linked with heart disease, said Rachel Johnson, the head of the American Heart Association's Nutrition Committee. Yes, he's a different wing of the Heart Association and the cigarette people. Yang and colleagues analyzed national health surveys between 1988 and 2010 that included questions about people's diets. The authors used national health data to calculate the risks of dying during 15 years of follow-up. Overall, more than 30,000 American adults aged 44 on average were involved. Well, it's, 30,000 as opposed to the 330 million. It's a good cross-section, isn't it? Now, previous studies have linked diets high in sugar with increased risk for non-fatal heart problems and with obesity, which can also lead to heart trouble, and which is something that is plaguing the United States. But in the new study, obesity didn't explain the link between sugary diets and death. That link was found even in normal weight people who ate lots of sugar. Too much sugar does not just make us fat, it can also make us sick, said Laura Schmidt, a health policy specialist at the University of California, San Francisco. She wrote an editorial accompanying the study in Monday's JAMA report. The research focused on sugar added to processed food or drinks or sprinkled in coffee or cereal. Even foods that don't taste sweet have added sugar, including that many brands of packaged bread, tomato sauce, and salad dressing. Naturally occurring sugars in fruit and some other fields were not counted. But man, if you stop and think about this, just stop and think about this for a second. Now, obviously anything you add the refined cane sugar to is a big problem. Soda pop has tons of it already added in it. Big problem. Well, now, tomato sauce, tons of sugar. Well, that puts you at high risk now. Right? There's tons of sugar in there. There's tons of sugar in breads. All right? Right? So tons of sugar and tons of sugar and tons of sugar, and then you add all these things up, and all of a sudden, the USDA's, daily food guide, eat from the 4 food groups every day to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, all that good stuff from the 60s and 70s. Remember that? Now what that's doing is if you look at that food guide and then you suddenly take into account all this information from these studies about sugar, we have to stop eating. Because, we've indeed made sugar part of everything. Yes, so no caffeine, and now no sugar. Stop eating. We'll be back in 2 minutes, gang.
The Chevy Cruze offers an EPA estimated 36 mpg highway. That's crazy.
Crazy efficient.
10 standard airbags.
And you get StabiliTrak with traction control.
That is like crazy protection. This interior is...
Insane.
It is insane. I was going to say crazy again.
Visit your local Chevy dealer today. Right now, get this great lease on a 2013 Chevy Cruze LS for around $149 a month.
Fourth down, Coach. What do we do?
I'll tell you what we do.
I want you to go on the field. Look for anything with an O.
Let's kill them with kindness. Jimmy, I want you to make balloon animals. Tyler, make little tea cozy, something fun.
Are you okay?
We will win this for Mother Russia!
Coach, eat a Snickers.
Why is that, Chief?
You get a little loopy when you're hungry. Better.
Better.
Now let's go for it!
Go get him, guys! You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
When you have cable and your picture freezes, you get irritable. When you get irritable, your work suffers. When your work suffers, the wrong man is convicted. When the wrong man is convicted, he has time to think. When he has time to think, he thinks about you a lot. And when he thinks about you a lot, your house explodes. Don't have your house explode. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Hey, look at that new Toyota.
Look at that new Toyota.
Before you look at Honda Civic, you better look at this new Toyota Corolla. Now, you can get a 2013 Corolla with 0% financing. Or lease this Corolla LE for just $179 a month.
Look at that new Toyota.
Toyota, let's go places.
HTLA Radio 1. You're
Powered by Procast.
Yes, it is, Kate. Thank you very much. Well, yes. Thank you for coming back with us on another fine edition of Crash Talk, where I'm describing, well, the end of the world. Well, not the world. The world will be fine. The animals will be fine. The plants and everything will return to as it should be, because we are all going to be dead. Because I have outlined 2 of the, well, 4 things, really, that are spelling out our ultimate demise just to satisfy PCers. But you shouldn't be surprised at that because, well, it seems to be our reason for living these days now to support PCers, isn't it? You know, I'm pretty sure you didn't come up with this stuff. I know I didn't. Makes me wonder who the heck comes up with this stuff to all rally and get behind and say we're going to do this now. We are talking about we're extinct here on Crash Talk, and I'm saying that the entire race will die out within 7 to 10 years, naturally, because caffeine is killing us. Sugar is killing us. We can't eat food anymore because, well, no, I guess we can. We can try and subsist on peaches and pears. Yes, because those are natural sugars and they're okay. We can get along with that. But I'm sure these food-making companies are going to find ways to stick cane sugar into those too. Yes, that sugary goodness. Yeah, so we're dying here. That's what we're doing. We're dying. Of course, you already knew that, though. You knew that from school. Well, there's something else I'm going to mention here on the sugar report before we move on to the third thing that's going to kill us all. And that is 15 sneaky sources of sugar you may not be aware of. Yeah. Now, the next time you reach for a cookie or pop or other handful of gummy bears to throw in your mouth, consider the following. Simple sugars are those that increase your sugar level in your blood. This comes from what we call stripped carbs, carbs whose protective fiber is missing, as well as added sugars and syrups that increase in blood sugar wreaks havoc on your arteries and thus your inner and outer beauty. Yes, it does. Simple sugars contribute to heart disease, stroke, memory loss, and weight gain, and may cause health issues such as diabetes. When it comes to sugar, you truly are what you eat. What you are putting inside manifests itself in the arteries of your heart and in your face. Yes, absolutely. In the forms of heart disease and high blood pressure, as well as wrinkles, acne, and rosacea. Just to name a few of the confidence-killing skin conditions that it can trigger. Too high a blood sugar level damages the grout. Yes. I believe it's really a protein that holds the tiles, the cells, in line inside your arteries. Such weakened grout then allows rents in the inner arterial cellular level of high blood pressure to, let's just, I'm gonna skip all of the deeply detailed medical things that it'll do to you inside. Yes, I'll get right to the sneaky sources. Those little culprits. Yes. Now, some of them are obvious. The sugar in your morning coffee. A big sugary soft drink and a box of wings or donuts. But simpler striped sugars are also lurking in foods that you might think are good for you. And although they might be more nutritionally sound than a fried sugar bomb or a donut, yes, to some of you other people, these simple sugars still have the same effect on your complexion, on your heart, and on your overall health. As a general rule of thumb, to stay healthy and avoid unnecessary weight gain, whatever you eat should have no more than 4 grams of added sugars per hour. But even healthy foods often exceed that by a lot. Now I'm going to give you the following 15 sneaky sources of sugars to keep an eye on. Yes. The first, several feature simple sugar readings from typical choices, and the last few are so variable that you need to read the labels. And trust me, if we're going to avoid this PC bad guy, we're going to have to, chocolate milk. Okay, well, there's 30 grams of sugar in a 6-ounce cup. 30 grams. Energy bars. Well, that's kind of weird. Never would have expected that. Well, yeah, it's energy. 30 to 50 grams of sugar per bar. And I see all these health nuts out running marathons and crap, pounding 30 to 50 grams in these energy bars, and then wondering why they drop dead in the middle of a marathon. And everybody's so baffled. Well, that guy was the picture of perfect health. He was eating energy bars all the time, and he was running marathons all the time, and he died on a marathon. It's just so damn weird. Well, not really. Energy bars did him in. Sports drinks are another killer at 55 grams of sugar per can, cup. But here's something interesting. Non-fat fruit-flavored yogurt. Okay? So you're thinking healthy. You're thinking, yeah, you know what? Yogurt. I'll get the good bacteria in me, and it's healthy, and yeah, I'm going to go and get me some yogurt. I'm gonna go nuts and get me non-fat yogurt. That's what I'm going to do. Diet yogurt. You eat yogurt when you diet. But to eat diet yogurt, holy crap, that's got to be good for me. Well, guess what? No, it's not. 47 grams of sugar per serving of non-fat fruit-flavored yogurt. Across the board. Here's another one that's a little surprising. Might be a little shocking to all you hippies out there. Granola. 14 grams of added sugar in half a cup of granola. So, like that granola bar, yeah, you're looking at close to 60. Bottled fat-free salad dressings. 2 to 6 grams of sugar per 2 tablespoons serving. Now, let's be very clear here. They're saying 2 tablespoons is what they're measuring 2 to 6 grams of sugar in. Well, why is the range so wide? If it's 2 little tablespoons, it's 6 grams of sugar. But then stop and think about when you put it on your salad. Do you measure out 2 little tablespoons and dump that on there and call that a day? No, you don't. You shake that bottle up, pop the cap, and put it all over that salad. So you're putting on probably close to 50 or 60 grams on a freaking salad. Scary stuff. Then, of course, we go to the obvious scary ketchup and barbecue sauce. 6 grams of sugar per ounce. That's about 2 squeeze packets worth from McDonald's. Yeah, those little tiny squeeze packets. Yeah, 2 of those. 6 grams of sugar. What you're getting in your McDonald's cheeseburger, along with, the horse meat and everything else horrible you can think of that they put into those suckers, is a good what? I'm going to call it 24 grams of sugar. And that's just the ketchup. That's not the bun, because remember, the bun, fruit juice. Yeah. You think to yourself, well, I'll get myself some Tropicana. That's healthy. Yeah, fruit juice, 22 to 36 grams of sugar in 1 6-ounce cup. Not so healthy. Frozen entrees. Ah, yes, the old TV dinners, huh? Yes. Crackers. Soy milk. Fat-free diet products. All of them. Instant flavored oatmeal. And number 15, specialty coffee drinks. Yes. Well, now you have to be keeping a vigilant eye out, too, on the misleading label claims, too. Because now don't forget, the more that we're learning about our food and how it's all killing us, we're pretty soon not going to be able to eat anymore. Like I'm saying, that 7 to 10 year window. Misleading labels. Yes, because they'll tell you, oh, no, there's no sugar in this. Well, there's no sugar in this, the word this, THIS. There is, however, sugar in whatever they're telling you there's no sugar in. First you got to look for easy swaps, right? So you think, okay, well, I'll get some fresh fruit and berries and non-fat, no sugar added Greek yogurt. Yes, that's it. The Greeks have the answer. Make your own salad dressing at home. Extra virgin olive oil, full of healthy and beautifying omega-9s, huh? Balsamic vinegar and lemon juice and herbs and spices. Opt for a whole fruit smoothie over juice. The dietary fiber from the meat of the fruit, which isn't present in juice, helps you digest those sugars more slowly. Yes, that's it. I'll go that way. No, you won't, my people, because the food is going to kill you. The sugar is going to kill you. What else? What else is going to kill you? Well, it's all going to kill you. Yes, we're all dead. Coffee is going to kill us. Coffee is going to kill us. Well, there it is. There's your caffeine's going to kill us. Your sugar's going to kill us. And have you heard the news? The big news. There's huge news. Even the president knew and commented and commended on this news. Yes, he did. CVS, the American pharmacy chain, in its 7,100-odd stores all over the United States, have said that come October 1st, 2014, yes, I know, almost the, whole year away. Yes, October 1st, 2014, they will no longer sell cigarettes at any of their locations because they're all about health. Yes, they are. And we'll keep selling these drug companies products who, well, some of their stuff is, have side effects of death, but no, it's really, really good. It's good, but smoking is bad. So we're not going to sell cigarettes anymore. They're being commended by the President of the United States, CVS, hats off, well done. Right, but we're still selling, untold thousands of drugs that have open side effects of death. Says right on them, even on the commercials. I'm sure you've seen them for every single drug out there pretty much, including things like Lipitor to help you keep that cholesterol and that sugar at bay. It can kill you too. So we're not going to sell cigarettes because they can kill you. But we've got that new pill that Mom was talking about to help you quit smoking, to help you quit the sugar, to help you quit the caffeine, to help you quit whatever the PCers say you should quit, because you're not the boss of them, and yeah. See, do you see where I'm going with this whole extinction thing? Heaven forbid we have a bloody cup of coffee. Heaven forbid we have a cigarette. Heaven forbid we eat some sugar. We're all going to die. So far, no smoking, no coffee, no sugar. Is there a reason anymore to get out of bed? Well, don't say yes just yet, because now I'm going to completely, 100% and totally devastate any desire or will that you have to procreate. Yes, to have sex, to get into the old sack and do the hunka-chunka. And no, I'm not talking gays, although they're not helping. I'm not talking anything like that. I'm talking good old man-woman, heterosexual, let's get it on, oops, I'm pregnant, wasn't me, prove it, bitch, all the other good stuff. Yes, I am going to now tell you a little story that is a factual story, an actual news report, right from, the PC press. I'm going to give it to you and lay it down in great graphic detail. And you will not want to procreate. You will not want to have sex. So, no coffee, no sugar, no cigarettes, and no sex. You're not going to get out of bed anymore. It would be too unsafe. Oh my God. And, I figure 7 to 10 years, that's the window now after this show that will be extinct. And then that show, what is it on Discovery there? After Man. Yes, that show will happen. So here we go. Are you ready for this? This comes to us from the far, far corner of the PC world, the feminist corner. Yes, my favorite group of PCers, the feminists. Yes, well, there is a disturbing new trend on the rise, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, there is. And it's from your neighborhood militant feminist. Thanks to extreme feminist bloggers and activists everywhere, this trend is something called free bleeding. Oh, yes, I'm going there. Free bleeding, ladies and gentlemen, in which a woman who is menstruating chooses to use feminine products no longer in exchange for allowing her blood to flow freely out of her body, staining her clothing and running down her thighs to wherever it may end up. I'm not kidding. The idea behind this movement is two different ideas. One, that the woman's time of the month should not be considered something unclean and unnatural, like it is, or something to be hidden and cleaned up hastily before it has the chance to offend anyone. Who may become privy to the fact that said woman's body is evacuating her loins of unused baby blood. The second being that tampons, pads, and other feminine hygiene products are, get this, man-made inventions. When we say man-made, we're talking about human. Huh? Yeah, human. We're really, wow. Yes, well, these man-made inventions are intended to inadvertently, apparently, rape a woman during her period. Isn't that dramatic? Thus furthering her victim status as a woman living in a world run by men. Excuse me, you guys burned your bras in the 70s, had the 80s, 90s, the 2000s, and now we're halfway through to the 2020, and you're being raped by tampons and victims living in a world run by men. Wow, it seems in the 40 years of feminist joy, you haven't really accomplished much, have you? Damn. And now, of course, we're here with this joyous news story. These two reasons combined have produced the idea that women need to make a stand against the practice of wearing products which collect, absorb, and discard the menstrual flow. That by letting it run freely is the way nature intended us to deal with our monthly. Yeah. For any normal women, however, this idea is horrifying, and for equally as many reasons as the ideas spoken in favor of. If you're, like, my wife, a proud, intelligent, educated, and body-conscious woman of modern times, the reasons why this is bad and an ugly practice are quite apparent, But for those of you who are not blessed with the acute observational skills such as Kate, I will gladly share her wisdom with you. Firstly, it's not how nature... Well, we'll be back in 2.
With 160 more miles per tank, the distances aren't getting shorter. The trucks are going farther. The new 2013 Ram 1500 with the best-in-class fuel economy, engineered to move heaven and earth. Guts, glory, Ram.
At LG, we dreamed of a day when you could rely on the perfect kitchen. We dreamed of a day when a dishwasher wouldn't require any pre-rinsing, when a refrigerator could be uniquely designed for better access and storage, when a washer could save 20 minutes on larger loads, and an oven would take minutes to clean instead of hours. And for you, that day is now.
The world is facing one of the biggest crises in the history of history. Girls are getting hotter and hotter. This is causing guys to lose their cool. It's happening everywhere. That's why the people at Axe have developed the new Axe Chill collection. It helps guys keep their cool before it's too late. Girls are getting hotter. Keep your cool with the new Chill collection from Axe.
Have I got a treat for you? New clean whipped cream foundation from CoverGirl. A delicious new recipe whipped up by Clean Makeup. They took their clean, fresh foundation, added a dash of hydration, then whipped it to smooth, matte perfection. Finally, a non-drying whip that wears like a dream. What a treat from Clean. New clean whipped cream from easy, breezy, beautiful CoverGirl.
We are HTLA Radio 1. You will lower your shields and prepare to be boarded. We will add to your distinctiveness, your advertisers, and your sponsors to our own. Resistance is futile.
Yes, it is, and girls are getting hotter and hotter no more. On this week's edition of Crash Talk, HTLA Radio 1 New York. 33 degrees still in Central Park. A little cold. And we are talking today about the extinction of you and me and everyone on our planet by denial of caffeine and sugar and food and, well, now feminism. Well, no, not the denial of feminism. No, the PC we owns you bitses. Yes. Well, getting back to what Kate would share about this is, it's not how nature intended us to deal with our menstrual discharge. Yes, I know, it's got a lump in my throat. If this was the case, nature would never have given us the enlightenment that we were to cover our bodies in shameful parts to begin with. Animals of lesser intelligence run around naked without the use of proper tools to make their lives easier because they are just that, of a lesser intelligence. Our vast knowledge gives us added perception as to why that... I seem to do the verbal diarrhea at least once every show these days. Yes, what truly filthy creatures we really are. It gives us the know-how on ways to rectify these obstacles. Nature intended us to be vastly intelligent and use our intelligence to overcome our flaws. While nature isn't perfect, but it makes do. In our case, it's given us humans the advanced technological know-how to invent specific products to make our monthly easier to manage. In a more clean and discreet manner, thank you, animals urinate, defecate, and bleed all over themselves and each other. We generally would like to think we're above that kind of behavior, wouldn't we? But not in the case of feminists, it would seem. It's apparent to anyone with an ounce of intelligence that the feminist true motive is to set the progress of our species backwards, not forwards. Secondly, it is well-known, documented, scientifically proven fact that women are naturally more unclean than men are. It's stated in the Bible, as well there have been studies done over female anatomy to further the case. The female reproductive system alone is host to over 7,000 different types of bacteria. some of which are helpful to the system, but many of which are not. These bacteria work together to create the odor and excretions that female genitalia has been notoriously known for. As women, we need all the extra help we can get to remain clean down there, both for ourselves and for our partners and for anybody sitting next to us on a bus. Without the help of many feminine hygiene products that are now available to us through prescription and over-the-counter purchases, our special place would be an intolerable wasteland of unbearable odors, discharge, and buildup. The fact that feminists see no problem with adding blood and other types of monthly discharge to the mix is not only disgusting, but alarming and unhealthy. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to urge you to reject this new hardcore feminist trend, both for your own health and the health of those around you, and indeed the continuance of our species on this planet. If you happen to come into contact with a feminist who tries to push this disgusting idea on you, throw a tampon at them and run away as fast as you can. It's a proven scientific fact that if two women stand around each other for a long enough period of time, and one of them is menstruating, the other one will sync their cycles up and will begin bleeding too. It could become a very dangerous situation indeed. If you're caught with a free bleeding feminist without your own personal hygiene products available, play it safe lest you become a statistic. And remember to always carry a feminine pad or tampon in your purse wherever you go. Yeah, I'd be carrying a 6-shooter of those suckers. Can you believe this, people? Okay? Can you believe? So, no coffee, no sugar. Well, that kind of cancels out food just about in its entirety. And now you never want to have sex again, because all the women of the world will be subscribing to the new feminist order and bleed all over everything, all at once. Yeah, well, if that doesn't spell limp, I don't know what does. I'm not feeling in the mood for sex. How about you? Yeah, didn't think so. Well, to end this wonderful edition of Crash Talk, I'm going to get into a little bit of Philip Seymour Hoffman, the actor who several days ago passed away with a heroin needle in his arm. Yes, he did. And all the greats, all the greats of Hollywood, directors, actors alike, George Clooney and Marky, what's his name there? Yeah, all those guys. They're all sad, but don't really want to be interviewed about it. Don't want to talk about it. They just say it's sad. It's a sad day. It is. Well, of course it is. But if you have 3 kids and a wife and a great career like he had, shooting it all away in your arm with the heroin needle, I'm going to call you get what you deserve. Thank you for playing. We can't smoke. We can't drink coffee. Hell, now we can't even eat. Certainly don't want to have sex. What's left? Oh, wait. Heroin looks good. Well, no. No, it doesn't. And again, this all goes to my timeline of we're all going to be dead in 7 to 10 years. We're extinct, people. And if we're not now, we soon will be. So, on behalf of myself and HTLA Radio 1 in New York City and just everybody else, that's another special kind of fun edition of Crash Talk, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Well, at least the parts you could stomach as I drink my coffee and smoke my cigarette. I'd like to thank HTLA for allowing me to put this terrible garbage out there, and for you all for actually sticking with me through to the end and listening to another fine edition of Crash Talk. Film 101 this week is going to be a gooder. Yes, we're going to talk all about sound. Yes, we are, and how important it is to your film that nobody will see because we're all extinct. But yes, that's going to be this week on Film 101. Also, Kate's putting together a heck of a Real Talk this week. 5 films, all in a row. Yes, The Prophecy. Chris Walken in the first 3. And a whole lot of awesome story in the The whole 5. It's just great. So she's going to be ripping those down for Real Talk this week. Check it out. And, of course, don't miss Sex and the Kitty. Maybe she can talk you back into having sex again after I've completely destroyed everybody sexually. So, until next week, people, thanks for tuning into Crash Talk. I'm out.
I want to thank everybody at HTLA, Radio 1 New York, for allowing me the lovely opportunity of Crash Talk. Special shout out to all my meeps, peeps, and otherwise. Christina Hoop, Bud Hoop, you know Hoop you are. Check me out. I'm going to be on, I'm not going to be on until next Monday. Straight Talk with Kate and Crash. But check out Real Talk tomorrow night, right here, HTLA973.com, and get all your movie review fix. So, for me and all the rest of the HTLA, we're wishing you a happy week, and we'll catch you next time, gang.